And we're back
No.
for what will be the most strangest trial yet.
Seems like it, yeah.
Seems
Seems like this is gonna be Oh, turn up the desktop audio, remember? Because they do the speaky in this ones. That's what I forgot to do.
I think we got it up.
Okay.
Let's head in. We still don't know where Kyoko is. Whoa! Sorry. Oklahoma. Good thing I don't have to do this during the actual trial.
Quack!
That would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, Bianca! Showed up together!
Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Idiots.
All of them. Look, Hodo's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? What, are you jealous?
Hey. Or you're making some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself.
It's both.
What? Stop talking and brace yourselves. He may be here any second. Any second. Tense up and prepare myself. But 5 minutes to wait for something to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again.
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... or what?
Monokuma! Subverting expectations all the time.
Yeah. This is what he do.
You just hold out for 10 minutes just to be like, I can outlast them.
I'll wait.
Jesus! Sorry, God. You just got saved in vain.
That's not what that means. You realize that, right?
Say the name. Go on.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not what that means. You know that, right? Using God's name in vain doesn't mean just using it as that. Using God's name in vain means using it to justify things that would otherwise be ungodly. You know, like what a lot of people do.
Let's not get into religion on the channel here. Focus on the screen.
You're the one that did the thing! Did I scare ya?
Come on.
I didn't have an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like this? Like that.
What? I made you wait. You've got it all backwards. You're the one making me wait.
Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here, now can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here.
We heard the voice we spun around.
Hey, I'm here, and no rule's been broken.
Kyoko!
Kyoko? You're still alive!
No! That's a ghost!
Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But it's okay, there's no particular penalty for being late.
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. Shing! No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
When thought we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one happy that she's alive. Besides me, Makoto. Perhaps, but that's not seriously a good thing for us.
Tracks.
Huh? He's right! Now we gotta deal with a ghost!
Sir. Sir.
I'm gonna say it. I really do like freaking out as hero.
Yeah. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go. Wherever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial.
Grumpy. Master, wait for me.
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
It's fair, yeah. I'll be happy when the trial's all over.
Found the elevator, but I could help some. I had trial started.
Speak to
Friend! Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been all this time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms.
the second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered.
Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now, I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go into a trial completely uninformed, can I?
So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting.
But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to.
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
No, because it goes to the Monokuma door. It
Yeah.
most likely goes to the Monokuma door. Because why have a Monokuma-shaped key if it doesn't go to the door with his giant face on it?
It's also correct, yeah. I would like a Monokuma door. I think it would be fun.
You probably have so many other characters you want on the door before Monokuma.
This is also true. But Monokuma would be the easiest one to put on a door.
You just paint half of white door black.
Uh-huh. And then you put the red spot on it.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school.
What?
Ma'am!
Now I'm gonna have to use that against you. You know that, right?
Ma'am.
Just a second!
Hey! What are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma!
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we go through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far to me.
For her? Strange to put it. So what could be the crucial moment?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all.
Here, wait to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right?
Probably. Anyway!
We all head down. The same amount of people who went to the last trial.
Correct.
Time for tribal council, where we will debate on who killed our mysterious friend.
Or enemy.
Was she killed before 7:30 or after 7:30?
Why are all of her fake nails falling off?
We know who the corpse is, not how she died.
Yes. Why is there a chicken missing?
That's actually a very good question. I'm hoping the trial tells me why is the chicken missing. Next. Let's see how Monokuma decorated the trial spot.
Yeah.
I ain't buying like spare.
What?
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Ah, I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this.
Okay, no, those walls and curtains are very aggressive.
He decorated it to be loud. The answer is it's loud.
That's a very loud.
It's a very loud room.
Are those tiles purple and green or pink and green?
Yes.
Well, the curtains are definitely pink.
I think it's purple and green, and the lighting on the... Because, see, they look orange at the bottom. I think it's the lighting that's making the color change on the bottom.
Or are the tiles yellow and pink? Oh, no, they're purple and green.
I'm pretty sure they're purple and green, and the bottom just happens to have the
Kills!
same. Let's get on with the show!
Fifth time, deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial.
Dun, dun, dun!
Yes.
Yes, please save. For the love of God.
Okay.
Please save.
That's skills.
Did we get any new ones?
Yes.
Oh yeah, envious influence.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I believe there gives me 5 more hearts.
That would be great.
Yep, because I smused the boy
Yes.
or the man.
Yes.
So I should.
And yet you still didn't find out his backstory.
I mean, if all goes to plan, I should have next chapter too.
Maybe?
If not, he could be the third person I go after in the dating sim.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Then we get everyone's backstory.
Uh-huh. Because I think because I assume you're probably going to go Chihiro and then Kyoko. And probably Hina. Because it'll tech and then also detective.
No, I'm like at first get revenge on Sayaka, but making her go first. Making her get to feel special first, and then just ignore
Leaving her
Just
immediately.
ignore her for the rest of it.
That's fair. Yeah,
Like-
that makes sense.
Good. Trial time.
Oh,
Arise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class
Oh,
trial.
did you change the floor too, didn't
Your
he?
votes
Probably.
will determine the result. If you
No, the floor is very pink.
I'll punish everyone
The floor is
Okay.
pink and white.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
The curtains are green and pink.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Sir.
Sir, she's right there.
But
Sir.
Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
Oh, he's good.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
What? What?
How you haven't been killed yet?
How you... Sir, how have you survived this long?
I'm not entirely sure you are clairvoyant.
I don't think he is. Remember, he said he only has like a 33% success rate at foretelling the future correctly.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
There it is.
Okay.
There's the
So I
sass.
just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
I can't believe that we are at the point in which we have to prove that the person that is standing next to us is in fact alive.
We only have to prove that to one
One
idiot.
of them.
One idiot.
Yeah.
Because Byakuya is...
Byakuya
It's not
is
stupid.
done with this shit.
Kyoko knows she's not dead.
Hina is like, why are you like this?
Her traits?
Ma'am.
Well,
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Sir. Sir.
Is this a bullet battle?
Yes. You have to fight Dum Dum.
Tattoo in the right hand.
Exploded volley analysis in the face.
Okay,
nails.
let's see what we have to work with.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Yes.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Yeah. I agree with Byakuya. I
Kyoko
agree
there
with
is just
him.
a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is absolutely...
This entire
Okay.
discussion is idiotic.
I think that's the right answer.
I think so.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body wasn't.
They got burnt up in...
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves, because that corpse is absolutely...
No.
This entire
You missed.
discussion is idiotic.
Again.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body was.
They got burnt up in...
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No.
No.
Shoot!
You might have to copy
Kyoko
paste
there is just
something.
a ghost. Okay,
Okay.
then prove it.
The dead
I'm
body
just-
wasn't wearing gloves.
Trying
They
to
got
figure out what
burnt
we
up
have
in
to
the
copy.
explosion.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Do we have
This
to
entire
copy
discussion is
Hina's
idiotic.
and put and attack the one that you attacked for Hero?
That Kyoko.
We might have
Okay,
to
then
copy
prove it.
The
Hina's.
dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is
Nah!
absolutely...
This entire
You missed.
discussion is
Okay, I
idiotic.
need to do this again.
That
Did it
Kyoko.
let you keep the other
No.
one or
Okay,
no?
then
Nope.
prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been, because that corpse
Ah!
is absolutely...
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I need to...
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse
Nah!
is absolutely...
This entire discussion is
It moves
idiotic.
by very quickly.
Yep.
You might have to only shoot one of the pink ones in order to be able to hit it.
Wasn't wearing gloves.
You might be able to get away with only hitting
I
one
think-
of the
I think
pinks.
Yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is
Nope.
absolutely...
This entire
Nope.
discussion is idiotic.
Okay. I need to shoot.
That Kyoko there is just...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the
Nope,
explosion.
nope, we missed.
Go around again.
Yeah, because that corpse is...
Am
This
I gonna
entire
lose because of
discussion
this?
is idiotic.
Please don't lose because you can't hit a thing.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
You might have to only hit one of the pink ones blocking
Well,
him.
yeah, she must have been, because that corpse...
Why do you
Ah.
keep copying him?
Kyoko.
This entire discussion
Sir?
is idiotic.
Hey, no, stop it.
Sir,
Okay,
Sir?
then prove it.
The dead body
Sir.
wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in...
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is absolutely...
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Ah,
don't you have a slow-mo thing of...
nope.
Kyoko, there's...
Nope.
I thought you had the ability to, like,
prove it.
focus or something, and that
The
did
dead
the
body
thing.
wasn't wearing gloves.
And that was able to slow it down,
They
but I
got
don't
burnt
remember how
up
you
in the
do that.
explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Ah!
Stop
This entire
copying!
discussion is idiotic.
I'm pressing very fast.
That Kyoko.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in...
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Nope.
No? Well, what do we have to hit it with? What do we even have to hit it with?
Shoot!
Is it one of the other bullets? Is it the tattoo on the right hand bullet?
I did that.
I thought you did the body in analysis.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body was.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
She was wearing gloves.
I'm fairly certain this is the one that we have to hit.
With what?
And that's what I don't know.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Oh.
But Kyoko. Okay.
Did you suddenly think it? Did you suddenly realize
No,
it?
that's the bullet.
She was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah. She must have been wearing gloves.
Fake nails.
No, that's
Yeah,
wrong.
that makes sense.
There we go.
At least they give us our time
No.
back every time.
There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right?
Why shouldn't you wear fake
It'd be
nails?
pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
I'm gonna have to
If
rhythm
anyone
battle
doesn't
him.
know women, it's
Probably.
you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
That is a
If I
lot
wore
of
fake
money.
nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
I agree
Okay,
with the
so
sassy
then,
boy.
Who's the real victim? First, we
I
need
have
to
to
figure
agree with
that
the
out.
sassy boy.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully this one doesn't take as long.
Tattoo in the right hand.
It'll probably be that, yeah. Makes sense.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
Sir.
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Okay, that could
And
be
there
it.
wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
I took it.
Yes.
I saw it in the
You
like.
saw the opening.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
Real?
You're lying. You'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Ma'am.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Sir!
I'm stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
Thank you.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh?
It's a Fenrir.
His friend we are.
Dog?
Him a good pupper.
Must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? You really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
It's probably the page.
I'm gonna go with Okay, so it's gonna be that.
I would have assumed it would be the profile,
I
yeah.
got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Doggo! Wolf friend! Pupper
Is
Schnuff!
this Hangman? It's Hangman.
Yeah. At least this one's easy.
It's a wolf.
Obviously. They're not even gonna make you do much.
Now I understand.
Yay! We did the thing!
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. a huge, world-ending wolf. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead?
So, he doesn't exactly answer the question.
It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Doesn't mean there's an ultimate
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Kyoko.
Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who
You have
was
some
Mukuro
explaining to do,
Ikusaba? She's been
Kyoko.
gone this whole
Kyoko
time,
has a lot
and
of
when she
explaining to
finally
do.
turns up, she gets killed.
All of the time.
Yes.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then
Interesting.
who's the real mastermind?
I don't know.
Been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not
I have a
wrong.
feeling Yakuza is going to be the ringleader
We're
of
in
this.
the middle of a trial right now.
Gonna be a ringleader
Figuring
of
out
this
who
event-
killed Mukuro is
this
first
accusations.
and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record.
He's getting
The
annoyed.
reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
So the student
What
murdered.
you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Yes.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
I mean, somebody.
Did it? Who's the killer this time?
Could be one of the ghosts.
Get a hold of yourself. We've
Somebody
already
ready to
narrowed
come
down
back from the
list of
dead and
possible
kill-
suspects.
It's the ghost of
I'm
Kyoko!
sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Yeah.
I got it!
This us.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
It's
Why do you
Kyoko
say
and
that?
I, but yes.
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones
She knows
without
where this is going.
alibis
Yes.
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Why is the floor so
Exactly so.
dirty?
It's dirty floor.
But it's a new floor. Why is it dirty?
A name again. How does this always happens?
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
No. Not
Well,
entirely.
Before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at...
Look at that.
Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Thank you, but we
Then
have to
I
go
guess
at
we
midnight.
can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
About 9.
The one who saw the
Nine-ish.
body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
9-ish.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Flashback!
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Sprinklers happen at 7:30,
Yeah.
which is gonna be my main evidence.
Well, no, that tarp is going to be your main evidence.
Well, I proved that the body wasn't in there at till after 7:30.
Yeah.
Bullet battle? Sprinklers. There it is.
Sprinklers!
Plus, Monkuma's bomb.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Yep.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh. Come on.
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that
3
time.
o'clock,
Yeah, from 10
4
o'clock
o'clock, 5
to
o'clock.
7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I think you have to put 7:30 with sprinklers. If I had to guess.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Nope.
No?
I think it's...
Shoot. So what you have to hit then? Also, our time didn't reschedule.
No, it did not. Okay.
We've established a
So what do we
time
have to
frame
hit?
for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Makoto,
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
that's more than enough time to
You
commit
have to
murder,
copy
I should think.
7:30.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Do I need to?
I don't know.
We've established a time it took place somewhere between 10 o'clock
Unless
at
your
night
other bullets help.
and 9 o'clock
Somehow, I
in the
don't know what
morning.
the other bullets would be doing. Would be helpful for.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's
What
more
are your
than
other
enough
bullets?
time to get some
Do I hit
if
10?
you have
I'm gonna
any
hit 10 o'clock.
objections now would be.
With the sprinklers?
Yeah.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
Yep.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
Yeah, sprinklers don't have it until 7:30.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Probably wasn't what?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Saying
Oh.
that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Why,
What do you
Toko?
mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you
Thank you,
really think
hero.
it wasn't the sprinkler, you better tell us why.
I dumped a bucket of water on it.
Only the top of the body was wet.
Bullet battle.
Rhythm battle!
I admit nothing. I hate
You have to fight Toko a lot with these.
don't know anything. Hold on. Are you
Don't forget to
trying
reload.
hurt me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No. You don't know anything. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No. I don't know anything.
Ma'am.
Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. How can you say it
This should prove it.
There you go. See, I'm better at doing rhythm.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Let's just
May
move
need
on.
to stop accidentally
The
getting
reason
the mic.
only the top half was wet was because
You put out the fire.
It does still amuse me that
while the
Byakuya,
body was
instead
still on
of putting
fire,
it out
I
himself,
doused it with water.
hands
But only
Makoto the
part on
bucket
fire, the top half.
and proceeds to
Byakuya-
just watch.
Byakuya, do work? No, he would never
But
get
he
his hands
did
dirty.
work in order to go get the bucket of the
So if
water.
the sprinklers didn't get the body wet,
He
then the murder
already-
must have taken
He
place
already went and got the bucket in the water.
sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
Means I could clear the
So there's
alibi.
no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
I'd just like to say one thing.
Uh-huh.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
You blame me?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now.
Now you decide to blame me?
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
You're not denying it.
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
Oh
The
no.
sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Say what the certain something is.
No.
I got it!
I'm implementing my...
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
Why am I helping?
You catch on quick.
Why am I helping?
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Wouldn't it be bloody?
This proves that the killer used the
The
tarp
knife
to
would
keep
have kept
the
it
body
from
from
touching
getting
the blood.
soaked.
Fair.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Yeah, why would they keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely
They
so
have
they
a
could
alibi?
cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Kyoko, do you want in the corner again?
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Okay.
By
Why would
covering
you
the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
I don't...
I think you have to take his previous statement and shoot the last.
No, so...
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
Okay.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side
Okay,
is because the sprinkler got
I'm about
that
to bring
side
up
wet.
the thing I just told you.
But the underside of the tarp,
The blood on that thing.
it was totally spotless, right?
The blood on the.
Yeah.
No blood on the
That
tarp.
side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
You missed.
No.
You hesitated.
No, I needed to figure out which one it was. I have 13 minutes.
By covering the body killer
So we're thinking is that
the
one,
reason
right?
that because the spring, but the underside
think
it was
it's the
totally.
last one.
It's because that side was.
Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
See, it doesn't bring up.
I still think the knife would keep it from touching the blood.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they used it.
One side would have been cleaned again.
Then why
If
would they
had,
not
They
wash
would have
both
washed
sides?
both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
There's the brain cell.
Yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Ugh. Kyoko!
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Chicken!
I told you that I remembered where the chicken was.
Chicken! Chicken! Chicken!
I
Chicken!
know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
Pretty sure Hifumi used most of it.
No, that's not what happened this time.
It was a chicken.
Probably.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
The missing chimkin.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder,
I see
there
they
were
use a
only
still
4.
image and took one chicken out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, you're saying
They even tried to
someone
move
killed
the
a
chicken.
chicken?
No.
And then cover the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Ma'am.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
Head wound?
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
Good point, good point.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene.
This is a battle
Maybe they
between
covered
three
the
minds.
coat in blood beforehand.
Mine, Byakuya's, and Kyoko's.
Yes.
Covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
No.
I think so.
It's on top of it.
No.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's
There
what
are
happened.
3 minds
The
and
murder took place before
2
the
extra
sprinklers
ping
went off,
pongs.
Free.
but the body didn't get wet because the
No,
killer
3
covered
mines
it
and
with
then
the
2
tarp.
extra ping pongs. Oh, Toko, I
Then,
guess.
Later, At
Yeah.
the
I
same
tried to
time
pretend
the
she
killer
doesn't
was gathering
exist.
up the tarp.
Okay, she's going after your beloved
They
prince.
pulled the coat over
And
the
I
body.
find her
The
infuriating.
coat they've already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
Do we have to go through this for every
They
game?
wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off.
Every
at
game,
7:30.
anybody who has any friendly relations with ever,
If
like,
that's actually what
we have
took
to deal with
place,
them.
it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
Yeah.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
No.
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Ah.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko.
That's not.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Corner.
I must
Coco
admit,
quarter.
Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
It's not our fault Hina decided to leave us.
It's the. I mean, I'm the only one she can pass off.
Yes.
Well then, it looks like we're
But
back
the other
to
three have
square
solid
one.
Other four have solid alibis.
Yes.
Makoto's
See?
alibi is
You're
no
also
good,
trying
so
to
once
forget
again,
she
our
exists.
suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which
Well,
one
he
of them
doesn't
did
stop
it?
talking, so
That's true.
Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a
at
coin.
least Coco
50-50
shuts up.
odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No,
not what I was
not
gonna say.
that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
My knife.
It's one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma
I know where this is
file,
going.
the knife went all the way through, from front
My
to
knife.
back.
The knife! This is a
what about it?
knife.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Flashback!
They did a really good job of whoever murdered did a really good job of blaming me.
Flashback!
Also, they're also really good. They do a really good job of both blaming me and Kyoko.
Yes.
Okay, it's flashback.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just.
Flashback! I feel like this has to be a meme too at this point.
Yep.
Did your battery just die?
Nope.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Pausing. Okay, let's go.
Meow? I feel like this has to be a meme by this point.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto.
Don't remind me.
Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Okay, okay, what we have to figure out here?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Yeah, let's continue.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
Uh-huh.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a
Monokuma
horrible
file.
man you
Could be the
are,
Monokuma
Makoto.
file. We don't have the Monokuma file as a bullet, though. After the tarp was removed.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before,
Okay, I know why I needed
That
it.
seals it. Just because I had that automatic.
well, getting stabbed is what killed her. So there's no question.
Okay,
took
so
that
it's
knife
the it's the middle one.
Horrible
Okay,
man you are, Makoto.
it's the middle one. Gotcha.
The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what.
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Sir.
Monokuma file.
Monokuma file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
I can't flush one on here.
Yes.
They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Yes.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but
Come on.
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
It was bombed.
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I would, but I'll have
Tell ya,
Makoto do it.
I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
It's a mine.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
I told you he was gonna make Makoto do it! The fragment.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
Yeah,
That's
some
only natural.
Monokuma bomb.
Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
Rude.
It's part of a bomb.
Maybe you shouldn't be sticking the thing directly to his eye.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
The Monokuma bomb.
Anyway,
Monokuma bomb!
the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that
It's Kyoko.
is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate.
I
It won't
really do want
change
to know
the
what killed
facts
her.
of the case regardless.
Monokuma bomb number 5. Oh, okay. Blunt object. Let's see what we're working with here.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
Nope.
And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
It said the countless wounds were several days old.
Okay. So, Ryakua's in the back.
It's either hitting Byakuya's to counter it or Heroes to agree, but I would assume it would be the countering it.
That's gotta be it.
I need to see what we have going on.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Okay. I missed high.
You went hackies.
Then,
Shall we continue? The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill
Well, yeah.
and it wasn't
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was.
and more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
So we have to agree with Hero then, I think, probably.
Okay.
Then, shall we continue the debate?
Okay.
The victim's fatal
See, you
injury
can
has yet
concentrate.
to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally
I'm
dead when that happened.
Not certain
And
what
it
we need.
wasn't because of the knife, right?
I think we have to agree with
only one other
Hero
Oh, yeah.
when he says the blunt
According
object.
to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the
Nope.
back of her head.
No. That's weird. Do we have to copy hit on the back of the head and use that
We probably can.
on
Then, shall we continue
Byakuya?
the
Debate. The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill
Oh, do we have to
Yeah,
copy
she was already
and then
totally
use it
dead.
on
And it
Byakuya
wasn't
saying the
because of
fatal
knife,
injury?
and then there's only one other thing.
I don't know. I think
according
we
to
have
the
to copy
Monokuma
the
that's gotta be it.
hit on the
There was
head,
evidence that showed she
but I
was
don't
hit
know
on
if
the
we
back
have
of
to
her head.
hit
And more
Byakuya's
than that,
countless wounds or if we have to hit the
victim had
first
suffered
one.
countless wounds across her entire body.
Okay.
We might have to use it to hit the fatal
Then, shall we
injury.
continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well,
Do you want me to? Which one do you want me to?
Because of
Oh, yeah.
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed
I
she
feel
was
like
hit
it
on
would
the
be
back of
weird
her
for it to
more
be at
than
the
that,
start, so it
The
might be
victim had
this one.
suffered countless wounds across her entire
Nope.
body.
No. What I don't know, then I don't know what we have to hit. But I feel like we have to collect that one.
Then shall we
Continue the victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well,
Yeah, she was
And it wasn't because of the knife, then there's
Do you have
a
any idea?
According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
Or
entire.
do I shoot the...
then shall
Or
we
do we
continue the debate?
shoot the first one with the fatal
The victim's
injury?
fatal injury has yet to be determined.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
I thought it was one of the two. I just feel like it's weird that it's right at the very beginning.
We figured it out,
Mukuro
so...
died because of the blow
And the
to
only thing I
back of
usually
the
die
head she
from is
suffered.
the Midland battle, so...
Hmm.
I usually know the facts, so
What
I
about
shouldn't
the wounds all
lose
over
heart.
the rest of her body? They didn't
I don't
have
need
anything
coins,
to
so I
do with
don't
it?
need a perfect grade for this.
Fair.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Sir.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks.
I say we should.
I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I mean,
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Hey, you'll be breaking your own
I
rule of
feel
only
the
murdering
same
the cute
way.
boys.
Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go
Arrow.
ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
sir.
The errors.
Sir. Arrows.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
Uh-huh.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
With some drug people.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds
Pretty
weird.
I mean, it does.
How
That's
dare
kind
you
of
backtalk,
weird.
Master? You have no right.
I'm not back talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
What about it? Blade duct tape? Okay, let's see
The
what...
black key and the titanium arrows.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right?
Uh-huh.
I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master. You have no right.
Ma'am. The duct tape might have been there to make the arrow thicker.
The
That's the only
titanium
thing I
arrow.
can think, maybe.
It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that
Okay.
was the murder
Are
weapon.
you sure?
You don't sound
Well, because in the it said the weapon must
Okay.
have been about as thick as a metal pipe. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Okay.
Too high.
I need to aim.
Back to Master.
Okay.
You have no right!
We'll have it right here. There's
Titanium,
nothing.
It was in the dojo.
There's
nothing-
nothing that blocks
Are
it.
you sure?
You don't sound.
But it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe. It seems like an arrow would just be.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
Good job.
I have a thinky sometimes.
Good job.
You're
Watson.
right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
2 arrows!
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
Now I'm thinking.
And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
The key.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
She's gonna claim she can't get in her room.
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb.
She can't get in her room.
That key is just the final piece of the puzzle.
Of course, she can get in her room.
Your non-existent alibi,
Master key.
your clear
Yes.
motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Oh, I
Hold
didn't
on
have
a
my key.
second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
Come on. Meme!
Meme.
Why, Kyoko?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over.
I still
A
don't
verdict
understand.
is
I
close
mean,
at hand.
I understand, but how is Byakuya
I'm
still
warning
dead
you.
set on
Don't
reminding,
make this mistake.
on
I'm
saying
not
that
the killer.
Kyoko did it when he knows
I
that
knew
he
you
has
were
has
stubborn,
her
but
key?
this is just getting ridiculous.
He most certainly
Really?
forgot.
But you should know better than anyone.
Oh, no, no, he wouldn't forget. He knows he has to
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
You have the key. Byakuya, you have her key! How could she have hidden... How could she have hidden anything in her room when you have the key to her room?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
Uh-huh.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
Yes, he would.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
I think you have to probably copy that.
Could I really have done that?
And I think you might have to shoot Byakuya when you said there's proof.
Those words you just spoke.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
You're right, I can't slow down time.
If
I
I'm
told
right,
you!
Kyoko wouldn't
That's one of
have
the
been able to
abilities.
get into her room
And you just suddenly remembered it and are able to use it.
because she had given her
Good
room
job.
key to Byakuya.
Yeah, I haven't failed because of it yet.
So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Do we call her out? We're gonna have to call her out, don't we?
Flashback! I like to imagine that these are actually the faces that Makoto's making, just standing there spacing off while everyone else is staring at him like, what the fuck are you
What can
doing,
I
dude?"
do? Do we call her out?
And now we have a choice to make.
You do have a choice to make.
Run away.
Which one should we do?
Do we want to take the fall, or do we want to make sure Kyoko takes the fall?
What do you want to do?
Well, we don't want a bad ending.
Okay. In all fairness, I do know what I have to do.
We have to let it go.
We have to take the fall.
Yes. This game is old enough by now that I feel like most people know that
We
that's
have to
the
take
case.
the fall. It's if Kyoto, we use post Kyoto, it's a bad ending.
Yes.
I was let in on this shortly just so we don't have to waste time
Yes.
and have to do the whole trial over again.
Correct.
So we're gonna let it go, and that's the only way to
Get the true ending.
Get the game to keep going.
Yes.
So we're gonna let it go. If you want to know what happens if we are supposed to lie, I'm sure there's videos of it on YouTube.
Use the YouTubes. You're already here.
This is one of the few things I do know about the game.
The boy that consistently insists on looking up lore.
That's the only thing I know. We're gonna let it go.
Let it go.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact?
Yes.
I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
Makoto.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Is it closing argument time?
A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial.
I don't think
You
this
all
is. I don't
see
think
it,
this
don't
is a.
you?
I don't think there's a closing argument in this one.
Mukuro,
No.
who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up.
Monoguma's bored.
Time's up. Class trials
No, he just
all
really
over.
wants to punish
Everyone
somebody.
can stop talking now.
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time?
I'm getting voted off.
Probably.
Well, this proves I did the trial, right?
Yes.
How many coins do we get?
So many
73.
coins.
73.
73.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the
right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
They're gonna make the dreadfully wrong one.
I mean, both of them are technically dreadfully wrong. But, you know.
And they vote me.
Obviously.
Me. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault.
Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone!
Good job.
Yep.
Yep, they got it right!
No. I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
It makes perfect sense! It's the same as always, and just like all the other class trials, I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills.
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment!
Wait, why do I? Fine. Yomi, get everybody out. Kyoko. And obviously, since they're not punishing everyone, this is what this mastermind wanted, so
Apparently.
get everybody out.
Technically, Monokuma didn't lie because he never said that we were actually the killer. He just said, good job, you got it right.
Kyoto!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
It's the bad hammer.
No! No, 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 no. I'm innocent. I'm innocent!
This is a fun punishment.
What is that? Oh, I'm a conveyor belt?
I feel like it's also worth noting that it doesn't look like you're actually chained down to anything. Are we like just...
After school lesson?
Are we like just stuck in the chair? Because we're not tied up, it doesn't look like. So one of the theories I've seen about this one...
You can get... Oh, it's a sex education class.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why am I all red?
Because it's a sex education class.
Can... Please, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. No, 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 no. Oh, it's Chihiro. Oh, there you go. What are you doing?
Hi, Chihiro. Help?
Huh? Monica was like, oh, that's not supposed to happen.
Shit.
Well, this is how I made the correct choice. I did not die.
Correct. And Chihiro is still alive. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that?
Oh yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego?
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won?
Strictly speaking,
We have.
I know the bad ending is Kyoko gets Kyoko's punishment. This is Kyoko's punishment.
Yes,
actually.
except Kyoko's actually goes through.
Yes, why did Alter Ego not save Kyoko?
Presumably, it has something to do with, I don't know.
Specifically, has to do. I have no idea why you asking me that question. I'm still trying to bullshit, but I could not. Is that what you're gonna say?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, no.
Okay, moving on.
I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch and itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko. What's the meaning of this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
No, it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
Massive school, high school towers all over other buildings in bustling urban area. Town low. Oh, I see it there. Is that the gym? In the back?
The gym and then the pool, probably.
The dorms over there?
Yeah, probably. That would make sense.
Okay. Hope Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you're set for life. 100 years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. And it's built to raise hope in the nation's future, which means Hope's Peak. Very fitting name. So I died, right? There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you already have to be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. There's no ordinary student can enroll here.
Also, look, it's the logo. It has Matakuma's eye in it.
The only way in is if you're scouted by another school. That's a lie. And standing here in the gate of the ultimate school filled with ultimate students. What's me? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard-wooden desk. My body feels heavy. What was I doing asleep now? What the heck is going on?
Yeah. Is that the Monokuma rocket?
Is this just a garbage dump of all the previous executions?
It might be.
That might be another Monokuma in the corner. It's a dream. No, this isn't a dream. What an awful smell. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. No, I can't let that happen. Not what my good friend went through to save me. What happened? Alter Ego saved me. He used up the bit of his strength to do it. So I can't get off now. For myself and for my friend. It's first looking for a way out of here.
Let's go to the door.
Locked.
No matter how many times I pushed, it's not open.
Get up here, that'll be easy. With some food. But it's all rotten. I guess that's the point. I'm still alive. Still alive. As long as I'm still alive, I'll never give up.
Don't we have an entire inventory full of random shit?
I'm sure I do.
More trash. New trash.
Something fall down here?
New trash.
just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude.
Yoko!
It smells awful.
You have a bit of on your hair. You might want to clean that up. Kyoto!
Indeed.
Kyoko, you look like you're doing better than I expected.
What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair.
hey,
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you finish.
Thank you! I have the bread and water and it was holding out for me for a second. It was my mouth making it way towards my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Thank you. Now that I have all the energy I need to keep going.
So you still haven't given up then?
Of course not! After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is all I'm good at.
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
Okay, Kyoto, explain. But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
so,
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone.
Atone?
you.
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
So you knew I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
Don't say that. You didn't abandon me.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, now that I'm trying
Not
that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive. I can't offer you any reason other than that. I am really sorry.
Okay.
however,
Why do you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words,
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do.
What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope Peak Academy for one very important reason.
Do you have reason to come to Hope Peak?
indeed.
That's right. At least I did once.
Once?
Until recently, I had forgotten what it was.
You forgot because that's... Yep, flashback. They're really true, you lost your memory.
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school?
First thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem.
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Are you going to get to the point?
No.
Are you saying you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
Or I just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you out?
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility.
Is she about now to trust us because we took the fall? She knows we're not the mastermind.
Yes. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
That's one of us. So it's,
However,
That being said, there is a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
but why me?
Because among everyone, You were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but...
I see. Michi was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I
Do you?
understand everything. My
Sir?
goal isn't to get out of here.
Sir?
It's
Just
to
stay
stay
here. God. It's like a dream I had before, but... Why did that just happen?
Listen,
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just... I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality.
I mean... What can we do?
You see it? So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least... I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
You mentioned your ability.
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I am the ultimate detective.
There we go.
We knew that already.
The ultimate... Duh.
Uh-huh. Obviously.
I mean, if you want the ultimate detective, Byakuya could also have been the ultimate detective, but he's just a know-it-all brat.
I mean, affluent progeny essentially means he's good at everything. So...
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy was there was someone I had to find here in the school.
You had to find someone who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
The headmaster? Why do you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
So who's that? Hope Academy's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how we thought the headmaster was involved.
Flashback, flashback, flashback.
So,
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
however,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
And what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the headmaster, right? The
It's
mastermind,
true.
right?
That is my suspicion, yes. And to confirm my suspicions, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
Why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
This is some kind of map?
indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Makuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if there were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So, what was it like, that part of school, I mean?
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You'll need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
Sounds the most important. Real ominous. Back to her again.
You're the only one here we
However-
know to speak of. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
It do with her, doesn't it?
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her either. And I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved.
Oh, I assumed that the mastermind is the one who killed her. And since the mastermind's a student, technically the trial can go on.
Yes. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Makuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
To get you killed.
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
It was?
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly.
With minimum restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Peace Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the trial to do it.
Couldn't step into the rules. That makes it sounds like somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Makuro Ikusaba.
What's that?
There was a point where Makuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto.
Well, yeah. I was about to be stabbed in my own room.
Yes.
I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean?
Meme! Meme! I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death.
What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability naturally draws me to cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away as I followed it. I saw the shadow go into your room.
Meme.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It must all be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me.
So this all been mean that whoever killed her is the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that is what I think.
But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want. If they feel like it. Wait, doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Makuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room.
So, kill me, blame you, get rid of the two people investigating, the home free.
Get rid of the two most competent people.
Well, Byakura's competent. He's just arrogant as
Yes.
shit and wouldn't care.
Yeah. Everything they did is a contradiction.
So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair.
The other ultimate despair?
There's no doubt that Makuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
You're talking about...
That's right.
What happened a year ago? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they are the ultimate despair.
It would seem.
That despicable group, whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
And then there,
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. That is our real enemy.
the end. Whoa, no one died.
I mean,
To be continued.
one person did die though, because yes, last time there was 7 still alive. Question mark.
Because they put one. There's
Yep.
Rocket.
I told you it was a rocket.
Yes.
Yes.
That ends the episode.
Despair.
Okay. So I got blamed. As always.
Uh-huh.
They were meant to blame Kyoko, but I took the fall.
Literally.
Literally.
Literally, actually.
And then she came down to save me.
Uh-huh.
'Cause
And
she
she brings you bread.
She felt guilty for getting me almost killed.
Correct.
I was actually supposed to be the person being killed.
Because they were going to kill you so that they could kill Kyoko, because... I feel like the reason for that is because Kyoko would have been a much harder target to just go after for murder.
To murder, yes.
And that's why they were going to pin her death on... Pin Makoto's death on her so that they could use her.
And
Kill her in the trial.
And to kill me first because I'm the one who actually solves all these crimes.
Yes.
And that's also why they cut me off during the trial.
Yes.
Because if I'm allowed to keep talking...
You will talk your way through the thing.
I will talk my way to being innocent. Again. Like always. Like I kept doing.
I feel like Makoto is the ultimate charismatic person is the problem.
Well, I do become friends with everybody.
This is true.
So, would you say I have the ultimate charmer?
Perhaps. Maybe it's because you're such an ordinary person that everyone's just like, we can talk to him.
Then I'm unassuming and very easy to...
You're unassuming and nobody thinks that you're capable of anything, and thus they all leave you, and thus they're all willing to talk to you.
Except for murder, twice.
They do assume you're capable of murder. But I feel like everyone is capable of murder.
So I'm the ultimate lucky student, and barely. I got lucky. Alter Ego saved me.
Yes. I still don't understand why she wouldn't save Kyoko, but you know.
Okay, so in the bad ending, Kyoko actually gets executed by the compactor. And we're all trapped in the school for the rest of the time. And Hina has all our babies.
Because nobody wants to touch Toko with a 10-foot pole.
Yes. Why she lets Hiro anywhere near her is anyone's idea. I don't know.
I feel like the other reason nobody wants to touch Toko is because it's probably best to not bring in more bipolar people, and that is known to be passed on genetically.
Can they pass genetically Genocide Jack?
I mean, not necessarily, but they could end up just bipolar, and then you end up with the same problem anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway.
And then the ultimate despair show just becomes the ultimate reality show, and it's Big Brother, except with more fucking.
Unless we do it in... Unless they do it in the bathhouse.
Yeah, but like... At this point, they know they're on camera, so...
Yeah, they would want to be in the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us.
Bye!
Join us next time as we start the hunt for the mastermind and the ending of the game.
And I try to stop having strange thoughts.
Strange thoughts.
Very strange thoughts.
Join us next time.
Bye!
And no, we're not a cult.
We are. Join us.
No, the Ultimate Despair is a cult.
Yeah, but we could be the ultimate hope cult. Hope cult. Cult of hope.
Join us next time as the Cult of Hope.
Join our cult.
Takes down the cult of despair.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.